A pizza with mushrooms, olives, peppers, and non-Canadian bacon. Somebody's got questionable taste. The shadow of Ed's catch is forming even though his fishing line stays in the pond. When I send Rambling Ed, I mentioned what a travesty fish, chicken, and sausage was. And now that we see it's made of ham too, I'd like to add to that sin. I'll just add it here, I guess. Somewhere between fishing and tackling Ed, Eddy managed to put shoes on.
What are you looking at?
What, ever seen a handsome young man named Eddy before? Eddy's reflection does not have a stripe on his shirt, and that could only mean Ed's backyard pond is a portal to the multiverse. And boy, would that make for a great scam.
You can play Connect the Dot!
But you haven't connected all the dots! Look at all this stuff. Noodle salve, hunky tonic, dude fume, back balm. I'm just gonna round all this junk together and say these companies suck at naming their products. But I have to give a special shout out to this thing. I've heard beau pour, which in English means good to, but this says pour beau and it's put between the words wax and pits, as if it's part of the name. So this product translates to wax to good pits. That's fucking stupid. And another thing, why isn't the word hunky bold? You gotta put emphasis on that word if you want men to buy it. This nasty toilet scrubber was in this drawer where all the grooming products were. Why not just keep it in here? Or by the toilet?
Wigs scare me, Double D.
Yet you wanted to keep that wig you wore to sweep Kevin's chimney.
Ed, bring her a bacon.
Great, bring some Canadian bacon to that pizza from the title card. And while you're at it, take off the mushrooms! Ed puts a plunger on Eddy's head while he's wearing the bib. Eddy gets up to look in the mirror and the plunger's still there, but the bib is gone. All these kids are breaking and entering, which is just a new low when it comes to this show's boundaries. If Johnny set up this stand inside Eddy's house, how did all the kids know about this Zit Boy scam that Johnny had going? The only way is if all these kids just happened to be playing inside Eddy's house at the time, and I highly, highly doubt that.
Rolf has seen this many times in the old country.
Yeah, it's a zit. These 4 bowling pins become 5.
I think I saw it move.
That's nothing. I think I saw it knock down a bunch of bowling pins. I don't know, Sarah. The fact that the zit can grow this big without forming a whitehead makes me think this is something a lot worse than a pimple. Get him a real doctor.
There goes the ugly dorkling.
So you're saying Eddy's gonna become a beautiful swan, and then who would get the last laugh, Kevin? Probably Eddy. I'm all for Double D standing up for Eddy, but I don't think Double D has the authority to kick people out of Eddy's house. Then again, these kids did break into his house. Rolf's outline is moving like everyone's outlines do on this show, but his shadow is still.
Rolf has great sympathy for the two-headed ogre.
Obviously, since you were just dying to look at him like some sideshow freak. That's so sympathetic.
Ed's going fishing.
You already went fishing! Is this really the best they could do to hide Eddy? Like, remember in Read All About Ed, where Eddy could fit his whole body underneath Double D's hat with Double D under there too? Couldn't Double D get him a spare hat? Now this right here is just a waste of film. What's Rolf's chicken coop doing in his front yard? And is that a cow? Is Rolf's cow just running loose in the neighborhood? How is it that Rolf, whose knowledge of English culture is so limited, is familiar with Dutch footwear? Maybe the shoe just happens to look like a Dutch shoe, but I think Rolf is hiding something from us. Knowing Danny's f***ed up sense of humor, he probably wrote this into the script just to say Eddy got a little head. That dude's a pervert.
It is so puny!
That's what she said. And before you call me a hypocrite for calling Danny a pervert, yes, it takes one to know one.
This is worthy of a Nobel Prize.
And these big-ass tomatoes are worthy of a Guinness World Record. Why haven't you done anything yet, Rolf?
You have a boat on your back.